All right, guys, so we're going to be on Malinovka and the T100LT. So far up to this point, we've only done 311 damage and 328 assist. We've been waiting for the hill to kind of make a move here. I was just going over this in a Hawk 30 session. I told you guys I really like to pretty much exclusively come to this area of the map now, because I just find that the game has progressed to the point where everyone shoots the standard bush. And even from both spawns, like coming to the hill, I showed you guys you can make that play. You can go to where the TVP kind of is to spot from the east of this map. And like if you're spotting the west, and if you're the south spawn, yeah, south spawn, you can go there. The thing is, man, I find that the best play, I know it's really risky and aggressive, is just to come to this area. And if your team can't win the hill and you end up losing the game pretty much, you're not at fault. You're never at fault if you come here. Today in the Hawk 30 session, I came to this area of the map with an LT-432. We outspotted the entire enemy team. There was an obsidian that we proxied the whole game and no one could hit him. And we ended up losing the game. And it's just like, I find that if you can't make things work from this ditch line, you know, and you go to like the enemy side, if you can't make it work and you can't spot enough and people are like permalit and you have an arty that's not even going to shoot the people, you're not going to win the game anyway. So that's why I just feel like it's worth the risk to come to this area. Now, we're in a situation where the hill has won and I need to try and spot this enemy team. Super Conqueror is pushing in very aggressively and you don't really want to do that. You kind of want to wait for the light tank to go in and spot. So what I do is make the pass there, but at this point, like I always tell you guys this, it's very hard to spot this area of the map without just going for it, right? Because you have a couple options. You can try and sneak up like this, but the thing is, if you get spotted here, like especially if there's tank destroyers here, you can't really do that. If there's people in here, you'll get hit by those people, and even people that are up high, you'll still get hit by those people. If you go to this bush line right here, if you're good enough to make it in here without getting lit by anyone, still you can't spot everything, right? You can try and win the south, but it's like we didn't win the south. So you have one option, and that's pretty much just to go like this or get lucky enough where people are sitting in certain areas where you can get to like right here and be unlit. I actually was able to do that this time around. You'll see me kind of pull in here and then I stop because I don't think I'm going to be lit in this area. I don't think anyone has spotted me. Sheridan is down in the south and we're actually able to passive scout this. And I wanted to show you guys this because it's probably one of the very few times I was actually able to get in here and do this without just making a run for it, right? You get in here, FE 4005 goes down, we spotted the bat chat and all, and now at 4907 spotting. Keep in mind, just 2 minutes ago we had no spotting, and now they're on the cap, right? The enemy team is on the cap. We need to go back and try and defend the base, and it's like I'd rather win this entire side of the map, but once these people are on the cap, you run into a situation where Malinovka is a pretty big map, and you want to take, you know, a position to be able to reset the cap as soon as possible. The mouse is pushed in here. I'm actually lit here. It's likely the Sheridan that spotted me, sitting right here. But we're kind of able to spot this guy, or the Kranvagen spotted him. I'm not really sure which. I guess we exclusively spotted him, right? Kranvagen's also pushing in, and now I need to push in, man. I need to spot the E5 or the E3 for the team. We spot the E3, and now we're going to be in a situation that's really weird, and I don't like where I've put myself, but we had to do it in order to assist the Kranvagen and be able to keep the E3 lit, because my thinking is that the Kranvagen is going to go down and then we're going to be blind here and they're going to end up being able to cap out. So I wanted to take this position as soon as possible. Sheridan is here. I'm just concerned that the E4 is going to find a shot into me somewhere from like up here. He's going to move or whatever and be able to hit me. Luckily he doesn't. He seems like kind of an average player, if that. And we're able to kind of stay in this area, but Sheridan is going to continue lighting me, and I really need the team to eliminate these guys, but it's not so easy. Like the mouse, like it's really difficult to you know, be able to counter this. So we're going to hit the Sheridan here, and at this point, I'm getting really nervous because I don't want to be in this area with the E4 sitting back here. And even like the RD and stuff, we have no idea also where the 907 went. So I'm just going to take a shot from the Sheridan and start running away and hope the mouse doesn't target me. Beautiful shot there by, I would assume, the FV 4005 to clean up the enemy mouse. And Sheridan keeps poking me here. It's like, guys, please, like, help me, man. Like, I need these guys to do something, man, because the Sheridan's just going to keep making this poke, and I have to just run away from here. here, man. I'm trying to get into this bush line so I'm not lit by him, but it's just not, you know, he's in the better position. As my teammates push down, the E3 and the 140 are going to be able to get shots into everybody. And it's like, I need these guys to either use HP, man, or I need to run away. So I just decided to run away. And now I'm in a situation where the 907 is here as well. So now I'm kind of in between the 907 and the Sheridan. And some players are very comfortable in these situations. I tend not to be because I just don't want to get into a crossfire and get spotted. So when the Sheridan goes down here, I know that I can now kind of make my way out of this area of the map, right? Like, it's, you know, like with the 907 being very, very close, I'm just concerned that somehow I'm going to get spotted and I'm going to be in the middle of all the fire. So what I decided to do here, and here I could have been a little smarter. Like, I could have actually ran this way and then got behind this bush line and spotted the E3 and the 140. I could have been more fancy about this, but I actually decide just to make an active run here, and then I'm going to get into this bush line, put myself in between the 907 and these guys over here, and just sit here and cool off for a minute, because it's so much like moving around and like getting hit by the Sheridan, and there's just so many things going on that I need to kind of breathe and take a second here, reassess the map, understand that we have just the TVP here, the FE 4005 in the back, our 261, and our E100 is, he's like barely moved pretty much. So he looks like he's going to push in now, and I have to just be patient here, man. I want to stay alive. We're at 6,800 spotting and 8 spots, and this is why I wanted to show you guys this game, man, because it was just a very, very tense, interesting game for multiple moments here where I'm not exactly 100% sure how to play it in a Unicum fashion, so I'm just trying to stay alive and scout, and that's what we're kind of able to do here. Even though we're not spotting the E4 or the 907, it's like I need to breathe and just take like a moment, man, and figure out what we need to do here, right? In this situation, I think we could have tried to make a play like this, like maybe flank the E4 and go after the 907, but then the 140 is still here, so I just decided to sit here. Honestly, man, like, there's other plays that I certainly could have made here, but I just don't know what I can get away with 632 HP, and I don't know if the 140 is going to try and go like on the cap or something weird. I kind of want to just put myself in the middle of the action and go passive and see what this team can do with my spots, even though we haven't really spotted anything yet. But I think we're in a good position to give the team information, so this is what I decided to do. I mean, there's certainly better plays that we could have made, I think, but I don't know, man. It's like you can only like play the game so well, you know what I mean, without like making a stupid play and being eliminated, in my eyes, because that's what I tend to do. I tend to kind of like get too aggressive and make stupid plays. It's because I'm not a perfect player, right? So this is what I decided to do, and now we're going to get in the bush line and just spot this 140. That's what I decided to do because I had to get involved, man. Like, we weren't spotting anything from here. I wanted to go here. It just wasn't really working, though, even though we have a lot of view range and CVS and all that. But these guys just weren't moving enough, and I just said, I'm dark. Like, I'm not spotted. So let the TVP push in. TVP is going to push in, get behind the 140. And you can see he's safe to do this, so he's going to hit him once, twice, 3 times. And he's going to take a little bit of damage from the bat chat and all. And then he's able to clean up the 140. Now we're in a situation where it's a little bit more predictable, right, of a game. Like, we know where the 907 and the E4 pretty much are. I'm able to clean up the arty there as well. And now we can kind of start pushing towards this team. But it's just, for me, I don't like being, like, in the center of everything when there's a fight going on, right? And that's just how I felt when I was down in this area. I just felt like we were in way too much of an area where it's too vulnerable, right? If that makes sense. Like, I just felt extremely vulnerable in that area. And we're lucky, I think, to make it out of there without the E4, like, moving to get a shot to me and stuff. But in any case, we do make it out, guys. We stay alive, and now we need to you know, start to bring this game back. It's 13-11. We should be able to do so. And we just have the 907 and the E4 to worry about. So what I decided to do is actually go all the way up on the hill. My reason for doing this is so that I can determine or basically make certain that the 907 didn't try to go up to the hill or something weird. So that's what I do. I kind of eliminate that possibility. And as we're running down here, I'm just looking for the 907 at this point. There's certainly better ways to approach this area of the map, given that the 907 was last spotted, like right in here. But this is the play I decided to make. I decided to get in this bush line, see if I can do things safely first, and then I'm going to try and push in, as the FE is kind of taking a decent position here, and the TVP has as well. So we're going to go all the way up and around. And what we actually found is that the 907 and the E4 both retreated back to around A3, A4, I believe it was. So we're going in here. I'm knocking trees. I'm seeing if I'm getting lit. Like, I'm still not finding anybody. And then I'm lit. And here's the 907. There's the E4. He actually bounces me. And TVP, and the TVP actually has shots, which is good because the FE is out of range. We're able to hit one shot into the E4, and that's the game, man. So we did 1120 damage, 7656 assist. Again, there was a time in this game where I think I was getting kind of aggressive, putting myself in harm's way. You know, I think we made a mistake or two in this area for certain. I think there's other plays we probably could have made to try and flank the E4 or do something like that. Hindsight's always 20/20, but I needed to relax, take a deep breath, and, you know, figure out what I needed to do to win this game at my skill level, right? I'm not, you know, some super unicom player, so for me to be able to win this game, I need to sit in a bush, breathe for 30 seconds, adjust, figure out what's going on in the map, reassess, and then win the game, right? So that's what we did. Again, I don't think we played it perfectly, but I think we played it decent. And I wanted to show you guys this game because it's just a very, very unique, interesting scenario that we found ourselves in, right? I don't think I've ever gotten into this area, and especially from our spawn, right, and had to defend the base. Like, it was just a very weird situation. I don't think I've ever done this before, but I had to make the adjustment, and I think we did it okay. So I wanted to show you guys what worked and maybe what didn't work in this game. And if you do make this play, just keep in mind you're in harm's way. Like, you got to be really careful, man, if you're going to do what I did. I think we got fairly lucky, but it did work, and, you know, we came out with the win. So I'll show you guys the end plates. I think this has been a pretty long video. I think we've, you know, rambled on enough. And 88, 93, and 1120, basically 10k combined this game was, and it was good, man. Our TVP played a really good game, and also our 4005 did 6k. Although if you're hitting your shots, Drax, I think I know this clan too, man. I think it sounds familiar. He's probably a pretty good player, but 6k from him, that's great. And yeah, we just outplayed this team. I don't think their Sheridan did bad either. Their Sheridan definitely adjusted very well. Dude, 98. This guy played well, man, but we just were able to outplay them in the end, and made some good credits from it. And that's all, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helps you out on Malinovka. Catch you guys for the next one. Take care until then. Bye-bye.